Hey, everybody. Melinda Jacobs here, intuitive coach, clinical hypnotherapist. My business is called Quantum Therapeutics, and it's my goal to empower people personally and globally. I want to talk to you today about what it would be like to come and shop in my cosmic store. If I had a cosmic store, I would make sure that it was filled with these things, that the shelves would be stocked full of context, validation, permission, and inspiration. And I want to go through why these are so important. These are essentials. So, context. I have been talking to a lot of people as of late who are really, really struggling, who are feeling some pretty immense fatigue, and they don't understand why. And part of that confusion comes from lack of context. Well, I don't have context as to why I'm tired. I don't have context because, not much is going on. I'm in isolation. Okay. I've got what I need. Okay. I'm bored. I'm not really exerting a lot of physical energy. So why am I so tired? Well, let me provide you some context. We're not only in a world state of emergency, but this is a mental crisis as well. And as the time goes on and on, and it stretches out, we're bouncing up against some really long-term mental fatigue. I was talking with someone today who lived in New York at the time of the 9/11 event, and the way this person was speaking is like, it was bam, this experience happened, and then immediately the city, the country went into recovering and cleaning up and restructuring and rebuilding like it was a one-time event. It was over, and then we could move on. But here's the thing with our current situation with the virus and with isolation and quarantining ourselves and potentially opening the country back up is the event's not over, and for the foreseeable future, we don't know when it's going to be over. And so it's not just a one-time event. Now we can start recovering. It is an ongoing crisis that keeps having these new and interesting things. So having context for what we're feeling and experiencing is so vital and so important. The context is this is an ongoing event, that this is a world crisis, that it's not just a health epidemic, that it's not just the viral epidemic, it is a mental health crisis because we are coming under very intense strain around jobs and security and home and illness. And so it's wearing on us mentally. And if you're exposing yourself and watching news on any regular basis, like that's not very comforting at all. So there's an ongoing mental strain here that's wearing people down, hence physical fatigue. The other thing is I see that uh, people are trying to use this time to really go into some personal work, and certainly if you're inspired and you have the energy to do that, that's great. Like awesome, take advantage of it. But I see a lot of people really trying to push themselves into it, and I would say now's not the time. And so again, context. If you look at Maslow's hierarchy, the bottom basis of Maslow's hierarchy is you have to check every one of those boxes of shelter, food, rest. There's one more that I can't think of, before you get to start stepping up into safety and security. And a lot of people, because of that fatigue, are not even able to go into that next level. And they're trying to operate from a place of self actualization, which is at the top of the pyramid, but you cannot jump from one level to the next. Like you have to check all the boxes. So Maslow's hierarchy says, here's our context, is that until these things are checked off, safety, security, food, shelter, rest until those physical needs are met, we're not going to jump into these high creative modes. So a lot of people have a lot of great ideas, but they don't have the energy to achieve them. Well, that would be why. So there's the context of why people are kind of bumping into some resistance around creating that perfect program and getting everything online and cleaning out all the drawers and closets. Is like, oh, come on, people, we need to back off. Validation is another thing that in my cosmic store, I would have an entire aisle of validation, because a lot of us, and I will throw myself into this category, are having a very personal experience, and to be validated for it, to have someone say, oh, yeah, me too. You're feeling that? I'm feeling that too. I think that there's something so important to just acknowledge where you're at and let it be okay. Do I want to spend time in fear, in worry, in scarcity? Not really. Do I go there? Oh, absolutely. So, to validate and allow that to just be okay, not making anything or anyone, including ourselves, right or wrong, good or bad. And here we go once again. Now we're talking about opening everything up, which is fantastic. But once again, here we are, absolutely polarized, where people are saying, open it back up and don't you dare. We just need to validate ourselves and let everyone else have their opinion. So I'm just going to offer this as I move into the third piece that would be in my cosmic store is permission. I would stockpile permission in my cosmic store, because we need permission to feel our feelings. We need permission to be where we're at. We need to have permission to rest. We need to have permission to be exactly as we are. Oh, permission is such a wonderful thing. And the number of times a day that I meet with people, that I speak with people, and they're like, it's okay to rest. It's okay to take a nap, because I kind of feel like a lazy piece of shit if I take a nap. And I'm like, oh, hello, let's go back to Maslow's hierarchy. On that bottom rung, we need to check off the box rest. And so if our body is calling for rest, then we need to give ourselves permission to acknowledge and honor exactly where we're at. These are unprecedented times. We need to be a little calmer about it. I love Jeff. Thank you so much. Stay strong in the membrane, right? So that's the last piece I'm going to talk about is inspiration. How many of you, raise your hands, who are watching this live or who are watching this after the fact? How many of you kind of spiraled down and the dominoes fell into a little bit of a dark hole? What's going to happen? And oh no, and protesting, and is the curve going to flatten? Is there going to be another upsurge? What's the second wave going to look like? We need some form of inspiration. And if you're having a hard time finding it within yourself, please reach out and find something, someone, somewhere that you can rest into that feels good. I have so many great places for inspiration right now, and I'm just going to give you a few of my favorites. Jacob Glass is probably the top of my list right now. Jacob Glass studied with Marianne Williams, Louise Hay, some of the Terry Cole Whitaker, some of the really big New Thought teachers, and has studied Science of Mind and Course of Miracles, and studied Joel Goldsmith. And so Goldstein, sorry. I'll have to go look that reference up. But Jacob Glass is kind of like a tell it like it is kind of person with very clear use of spiritual principle. And I love him so much. And so I'm resting into Jacob's teachings. You can look him up online and see him on YouTube. Resting into hearing the truth is so important. Deepak Chopra is going live on Facebook daily for free, Adyashanti is broadcasting regularly for free. All of these amazing teachers, Eckhart Tolle for free. We have, for the first time, access to some of the greatest teachers on the planet for free. It's amazing. I love it. So the other thing that is in my cosmic store is inspiration, because I have a hard time keeping my mind positive, keeping myself in that clear, what do I know to be true in this moment? So if you're having a hard time, reach out, get help, get support, call a friend if they're in a good spot. Maybe turn off the news. Maybe don't follow that little trail, that little rabbit hole through all the conspiracy theory. Maybe turn it off and turn something on that really supports your heart, that supports your nervous system, that supports your mind to be able to rest and anchor into something more peaceful, more truthful, and something that gives you a glimmer of hope. These pictures behind me are so, so important. So this one is called Breaking Free. Tiffany Nightingale, Soul Speak is she's an amazing artist, and this one is called Show Me Hope. There is a reason I have these two images behind me at all times during my broadcast, because they are the energy imprint that I want you to feel, to anchor into during this time, and throughout all time, is that there's always hope, that we're always able to break free, that we're always able to find within ourselves the light in the darkness. And I'm just inviting you to come shop in my cosmic store. Come get some context, come get some validation, come on down, get some permission, and please, please, please find some inspiration. So, I want to, if you're needing some support, if you need some help, I offer 30-minute complimentary consults so that you can chat with me and let me know where you're at. And together we could figure out what's your best course for your self-care. So find me on my website, quantum-therapeutics.com. Call me on the phone. Find me here on Facebook, on YouTube. Sign up and follow me on my channel, my YouTube channel. I would love to be part of what you lean into, what you rest into. For those of you who are watching, thank you so much for joining in. It's always, always my pleasure to be able to share these inspirations with you, to share these insights with you, because they're really what keep me sane, that keep me hopeful, that keep me pressing on, taking that next breath, and just knowing all truly is unfolding perfectly, all truly is well, and that there is something magnificent occurring right now in all of this, and we are in it together. So many blessings to you. Please reach out for support, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Take very good care of you. Bye bye.